to the Addison Ice Arena in Addison, Illinois, as Midnight Sports brings you Game 3 of the CCM World Invite. This morning, the New York Stars take on the Sylvania North Stars. The North Stars, based in Ohio, come into this tournament with a 7-4-1 record with recent wins over the 15U AAA Ohio Prospects, by scores of 6-3 and 5-1. A tie with the Jersey Shore Wildcats at 4 goals apiece, and a loss to the Montclair Blues 4-6. At this tournament, the North Stars have won 5-0 over the Nashville Warriors and dropped a close one last evening, 3-2 to the Joliet Jaguars. The Stars come into this game having lost their 2 opening games yesterday in the CCM World Invite, scores 7-2 and 10-5 last night. They've put together some good periods here out in Chicago, and they're looking to put it together for all 3 in this one against the Sylvania North Stars. How they do in this one, as well as results throughout the division, will determine when and where they play this afternoon. Give that Midnight Sports Instagram handle. That's at midnight with a K _sports. Give that a follow on Instagram or subscribe to notifications on our YouTube channel, and you'll have the latest up-to-date information as to when we'll be broadcasting and how this all is going to go. In any event, the Stars will collect around their bench as the buzzer is gone for the warm-up period. And we will see here who is going to get the start for the Stars, as they're going to come over the bench here in just a moment, getting some last-minute instruction. And so we'll get set here up in the booth for that. Remember, 15-minute periods, 3 of them. Clock runs if any team gets up by 5 or more in the third period. There'll be an ice cut after the first period here today. Looks like on the basis of puck retrieval, it'll be Ryan Speaker in the cage for the Stars this morning. And so you'd expect Jason Diatelli to get the start this afternoon with whoever the Stars face then. Now, we can't thank you enough for joining us all the way out here in Chicago for these games in the CCM World Invite. It's been a lot of fun broadcasting here, and the mood back at the team hotel last night was one of optimism, as regardless of how these games end up, it's fast hockey and hard hockey here out in Chicago, and it should bear dividends for the Stars when they return home to play in the EJ as well as the LIAHL. In any event, they're not worried about the future right now, just the present, as are we up in the booth here at Midnight Sports. And so it is going to be Ryan Speaker getting the start in the blue paint for the Stars. And Sylvania is going to come out here in just a moment. They've broken the huddle. The 5 skaters for the Stars will be McCarthy, Zimmage, Fisher, looks like Schulman and Viscoso. We'll get rolling here in a second. Goalies checked. Scorekeeper checked. And we've got puck drop for period 1 underway. Won by the Stars, but without control. And now it'll be Sylvania trying to pass that out. Instead, it rolls to Zimmage. Zimmage fires a shot just wide of the cage, and it's immediately covered up there by the Sylvania netminder. And so we get a little bit of a discussion at the side of the net already as the players working on feeling each other out early on in this one. Puck dropped again. One there by Sylvania, but to the slot, McCarthy fires in and immediately saved there by the Sylvania netminder. And so with 14:44 left to go here in the first period, it's going to be another stoppage in play, another offensive zone draw. Just not even a half a minute into this one. A couple of shots on goal there for the Stars. Zimmage wins that back toward Fisher. Fisher tries to control at the near half wall. 2 Sylvania men, though, all over him. Roll the puck up towards Zimmage at the near point, and now Sylvania will come the other way. They pass that through the neutral zone. They're going to load up at the far point is Sylvania. They try a tight angle shot. It's deflected well, though. Sammy Schulman able to get his stick in the way of that one and send that up into the netting. And so it's going to be a defensive zone draw for the Stars. They'll make their first line change of the day. It'll be the Nicolaitis line coming out. Pizarro and Russo as the forwards. And Leshner and Coronati as the defenders. Face off one forward by Sylvania. Tapped up to the near corner by the Stars. Not out of the zone, though, as Sylvania controls. Nicolaitis with a great back check. Works it over toward Russo. Russo cleans the puck up and gets it across the blue line there. And Sylvania will have to track back in their own end and reset. They do through the neutral zone. They fire that puck to the center of the ice, and then it's Nicolaitis trying to swipe it farther. Sylvania comes across the blue line, sent right back out by Russo. It's Sylvania on the puck, entering the offensive zone. They load up on the forehand, pushed wide there nicely by Leshner. And now it'll be the Stars working to get this puck out of their zone. It's Coronati on the puck, shovels it up toward Bizarro, jammed right back in, though, by Sylvania. Now it'll be Leshner firing at the near half wall, tapping that puck just a bit farther. Sylvania dumps right back in. It's Coronati working that puck toward the half wall. And Russo awaiting it there with help from Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis finds Russo. Russo works that puck up to the point, but not out just yet. Sylvania trying to tilt the ice here in the early going. Sylvania throws that toward the slot. They're at a tight angle. They throw it toward the slot there. Speaker able to shut that one down. Boy, that was a bang-bang play, but a good save and good defensive work by the Stars. Now it's Sylvania still in the offensive zone. They're at the end wall, pushing all the way wide to the near side here. Sylvania working it up to the point, and then it's slapped in there by the Sylvania point man. They try and throw it in toward Speaker. He's got it in the pads. And so we get a stoppage in play with 13:06 left to go here in the first. It's going to be a defensive zone draw for the Stars. And they'll get the Zimmage line right back out there for this draw. Shulman and Viscoso, the defenders. Zimmage leans over the dot. It's one forward. Shots that down in the first. It's Sylvania 1. On the puck now. Rubbed out there at the blue line. But a cheer from the bench for that. 12:40. He's got Fisher to his right. And McCarthy to his slot. Shot comes in. It's saved. And then it goes across the line. That's a goal. Oh, boy. That bouncing puck. Puck there. Tapped home and just had fluttered across the line before Sylvania tried to pull it out of the net. And so, just 2.5 minutes into this one, and we're off and running again with a 1-1 hockey game. It's now Fisher, but it's going to be a hand pass as that came off McCarthy, who had grabbed it out of the air. Stars first to touch it. And so it's going to be a face-off coming just outside the Stars' offensive zone. It'll be Nicolaitis again at the dot. Fisher to his right, McCarthy to his left. Nicolaitis wins that cleanly. Leshner gains the line, dumps on in. It's now Sylvania controlling at the near half wall, using the glass to work it up just past Leshner, who will turn, recover the puck, and send it strong side right back in. It's Sylvania on the puck, cut out there by McCarthy. Works the puck over toward Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis gets on the forehand. Puck comes off his stick, though. Good defensive work by Sylvania. The Stars will have to reset in the neutral zone. It's the Stars using the glass to work that puck up into the offensive zone, but without possession so far, Sylvania will reset. They go point to point, looking for a headman pass, chopped out of the air by Fisher, but Sylvania gets it. They load up on the forehand, does Sylvania. Speaker able to shut that rebound down and send it toward the end boards. That bouncing puck came up off the stick, hit him in the dangler, and now an Ephus pitch tossed in, and Speaker shuts that down. So with 11:32 left to go here in the first, two quick shots by Sylvania. Stars answer defensively, and for their trouble, they get a defensive zone draw out of it. At the far circle will be Zimmage, Shulman, Bizarro, Viscoso, and it looks like Russo. Zimmage at the dot, wins that harmlessly to the half wall, and now it's Bizarro finding that puck in front of his own bench. He's got a one-on-one. Russo trying to make it a 2-on-2. Bizarro will shoot. That takes a deflection up into the netting, and so we'll get an offensive zone draw upcoming here for the Stars. A reminder, there should be an ice cut at the conclusion of this first period, which will lead to about a 10-minute delay between the first and second period. Stick with us right here on Midnight Sports when that happens. Puck falls to Russo in the slot. Couldn't quite get purchase on the puck, though, and Sylvania will come back the other way. They've got a 3-on-2 developing. They throw it farther into the slot. Ice Monster, though, gobbles up the pass, and it's Zimmage sending it over toward Bizarro. Tries to take the puck in stride. It just goes off his skate. Sylvania will be first to it in the offensive zone. Sylvania works the breakout all the way up toward Viscoso. Viscoso on the puck. He'll go point to point for Shulman. Shulman will track it down right in front of his bench door, take it deeper into his own zone to try and buy the Stars a little bit of time and ice to get the puck up and out. They do. Viscoso across the blue line. He finds Russo, taps it farther. Good play by him, allowing the Stars a little bit of breathing room as Sylvania dumps right back in. It's now in the Stars' defensive zone is the puck as Sylvania looks to take over at the near half wall. They kick it up to the blue line. They keep the zone. That shot goes wide of the cage. It'll be Conforti now picking up the puck on the far side of the ice. Skates it out of the zone. Sylvania takes over in the neutral zone. The Stars get a partial change out of it. Sylvania comes to the weak side of the ice. A little bit of room over there as they try and load up on the point, but it's Nicolaitis getting in the way of that one. And then Viscoso bumping his man off the puck. It's the Stars trying to dig this out of their zone. Coronati reverses over for Viscoso. Viscoso on the puck, finds Polisi. Polisi jams it up into the neutral zone, all the way into the offensive zone. And now Nicolaitis on the forecheck gives chase. Nicolaitis sees his man to the far side of the ice. Gets in the way of the breakout pass at first, but it'll be Sylvania emerging with it as they make a change. 2-on-2 here. Sylvania was able to stay on sides as Leshner watches the puck go toward the end boards, and the wraparound doesn't connect. Follow-up shot goes wide. Well, some good defensive work by the Stars skaters there as the ensuing shots deflected wide. Speaker was trying to get post to post, and his defenseman helped out there as that wraparound nearly was potted home, but it was a Stars stick that got in the way. Anyway, Sylvania loads up again. Speaker able to reject that one and the follow-up off the leg pads, and so now it's Sylvania trying to get something past Speaker as we tick under 9:20 to go here in the first period. It's Sylvania emerging with the puck, looking for a pass into the slot. Instead, though, they're pushed wide. Doing work there was Nicolaitis, and now it'll be the Stars emerging with the puck in the neutral zone, throwing that toward the neutral zone, but now it's Viscoso jamming up any zones. Sends that puck on the far side, and it's touched home. Well, there was a lot of offensive zone time there. Fortis takes the puck there, works it into the neutral zone. He's upended, no arm raised, that the puck's going to go all the way down, icing waved. And it'll be Bizarro spinning with the puck in the near corner. Puck sits in the near corner momentarily. It's Bizarro and Russo in. They've got 3 Sylvania men in that corner with them as the puck gets jammed between some skates. Referees saying move that puck. It's still loose. It's kicked up toward Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis at the half wall can only tuck that puck back in as there are a lot of bodies in the way. Puck's going to come all the way up to the point. Leshner will fire that point to point. And it'll be Coronati to pick up in his own end. He sends it right out of the zone. Bizarro curling. Tries a backhand saucer to get that puck deeper in the zone. Intercepted by Sylvania. Sylvania, though, breaks into the offensive zone without the puck. It's going to roll right back in the zone. Sylvania had just cleared, and now it's the Stars trying to work that puck up into the neutral zone. It's Sylvania on the puck, working that farther. Leshner will turn to pick up that puck at the end boards. He's got a Sylvania man on him. As we tick close to 6 minutes left to go here. Puck thrown into the slot after some hitting in the far corner. It'll be Leshner using the boards to try and get that in the neutral zone. He does. Stars will get a partial change as Conforti's in on the forecheck. Coming right back to the weak side is Sylvania entering the zone. They shoot in on Speaker, and he's able to make the save there with 5:56 left to play in the first. It's going to be a near circle drop here for the Stars. And they'll get some new skaters out there. It'll be Polisi, Zimmich, Viscoso, Schulman, and Conforti. It'll be Zimmich over the dot, trying to win this one on the backhand toward the corner. It's one up toward the point. Shot comes in. Speaker sticks that aside. Onward we play. It's Schulman now on the puck at the near half wall. Tapped up toward Conforti. His puck stays in the zone, though, and then Schulman does a good job covering. Can't get it out of the zone at first, though. Puck sits there, and Speaker able to push that rebound wide with some help of Schulman and give the Sylvania player a little bit of what for who had crashed into him. Icing waved as Sylvania had slow skated that puck right before it crossed the end line, but Sylvania will break out anyway into the neutral zone. Now skating with speed is Sylvania into the offensive zone. Sylvania loads up on the forehand. Can't pull the trigger though as Schulman gets in the way. It's Sylvania loading up again at their own blue line, working a nice diagonal pass all the way across the ice. Sylvania again breaking into the offensive zone, trying to dump that puck deep. It's the Stars turning now. Sylvania with possession at the end boards. They come around to the front, but it's Zimmich tracking back. Some good defensive work from him. Finds Polisi, who finds Conforti. The Stars get it out of the zone. Sylvania will have to reset in their own zone. They work it all the way up and deep. It should go for an icing here. It does. So with 4:52 left to go in the first, it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Well, viewers at home can take solace in the fact that they're not putting shots on goal up on the board, so you don't have to hear this commentator complain about them. It'll be Nicolaitis at the near dot. Winning that forward, but without possession, so Sylvania comes away with the puck at the end boards. They're circling once then twice as Fisher was applying some pressure on the forecheck. Sylvania racks it deeper into their own zone now, and it's Conforti this time forcing an early pass, and Coronati will pick it up at center ice. Coronati goes point to point. Leshner receives the pass, works it off the glass, and the Stars will gain the offensive zone. McCarthy out there now. And he'll work the puck in deeper. Fisher bodies his man. McCarthy comes away with the puck at the end boards. Takes a big hit, though. And Sylvania now working that puck up toward the neutral zone. That should be an icing call. And it is with 4:14 left to play in this first period. It goes for an icing. And the Stars get an offensive zone draw here. They'll get some new skaters out. It will be Zimmich with Russo and Bizarro out there as the forwards. Viscoso and Schulman as the defenders. Well, Zimmich at the near dot here. Looking to win this cleanly, either back to Viscoso or over to Russo. It's kicked by Sylvania to the end boards. Bizarro fires in, nearly steals the puck off his man. Russo applies some forechecking pressure. Sylvania works it up past the point, and now they'll skate. It's a foot race. Sammy Schulman watching his man in the corner, able to push him wide. Good work by him. Sylvania emerges with it, throws it toward the slot, but Zimmich with some good defensive work cuts out the threat initially. Puck now sits at the top of the slot. Look out. Shot comes in over the cage. Boy, Sylvania had a clean look there, but from distance, and they missed the target on that one. Stars trying to flick this out of the zone. Sylvania with a good zone keep, using the body against the board. Speaker had a 1-2 there, able to shrug that shot off as it came up on the blocker, and now the ensuing shot is just going to roll into Speaker, and he sticks that wide into the corner. Well, some bang-bang plays here by Sylvania, but Dom Bizarro able to relieve the pressure, intercepting a pass, dumping that deep into the offensive zone. Stars defenders can make a change if they'd like. Puck comes right back into the neutral zone for Sylvania. They work it wide to the weak side, gain the offensive zone. They look into the slot, bouncing puck. Some good stick work there by Coronati, works that wide. Puck comes toward the net front. Instead, the Stars there first through Viscoso. Viscoso works it for Bizarro, racks it farther. This one probably will go for an icing. It does, with 3 minutes even left to go here in the first. It's going to be a defensive zone draw for the Stars, who did well, though, to relieve the pressure in the defensive end, getting that puck out. It's Viscoso to Bizarro. Coronati doing some work there, too. Coronati will stay out there on the ice. It's Leshner, Conforti, Polisi, and Nicolaitis to take this far circle drop. Puck is dropped. Sits at the circle for a moment. Coronati jousts with his man in the corner. Then the puck rolls in. Spilled there in front by Speaker. It's slapped farther. Doesn't come to a Sylvania stick. Now Speaker was upended in the blue paint, but the Stars able to help him out. And then it's Polisi taking a heavy hit. It's going to go for a roughing call against Sylvania. Our first penalty of the morning here in Addison. It'll be roughing on Sylvania. And they'll go to the box for a minute and a half, or if the Stars have their way, maybe shorter here as the special teams unit will come out. Stars down a goal, up a man, 2:42 left to play here in the first. It'll be Zimmich, Nicolaitis, McCarthy, Bizarro, and Schulman. 5 natural forward power play with Schulman doing the defensive work. Puck comes up to him. Schulman has the puck, goes point to point for Bizarro, who fires that puck in deeper, and it'll be Nicolaitis receiving at the end boards, working it up towards Zimmich. Zimmich bodying the puck to shelter it. Rolls on his stick. He's able to pick it right back up at the blue line. Find McCarthy with some time and space. Receive the return pass, and then the shot hits the outside of the cage. And then the net comes off its moorings. Now those anchors are not in very deeply on that net. That's the second time it's come off here in the first period. Of course, those anchors are that way to protect the players who might go sliding into the net. You do want the net to move if someone hits it, but it is moving very easily right now. In any event, we play on. Sylvania wins the faceoff. They're able to jam that out of the zone into the neutral zone. A good zone clearance by them as it doesn't go for an icing. Still a minute left to go on the man advantage as Sylvania looks to take over on a shorty. Instead, it's Zimmich again tracking back. Good work by him. Finds Bizarro, who breaks in just offside. Zimmich had creeped just across the blue line there, expecting a cleaner zone entry, but Bizarro was pushed wide as the defensive work of Sylvania had made him delay for just a moment. And don't adjust your television sets. You're not on a sinking ship. We're just trying to get the camera level for you here so that when we do film the corners, it doesn't look like we're listing. In any event, It's the Stars taking over the puck. Man advantage here, 3-on-2 as they break into the zone. Bizarro headman pass up for Zimmich. Zimmich picks it up, throws it on over to Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis trying to throw that into the slot, skips over a stick, but McCarthy able to keep the zone and dump that puck on in deeper. It's Sylvania picking it up there. Nicolaitis chops it out of the air. Bizarro tries to track it down now over at the far corner. Sylvania, though, is going to work that puck toward the blue line. McCarthy back in a one-on-one. Sylvania loads up. McCarthy able to body that puck and block the shot. Good defensive work for him. Still 10 seconds left to go. Last charge here on this power play by the Stars. Nicolaitis throws it to the slot. Bouncing puck. Saved nicely by the Sylvania netminder with 1:16 left to play here in the first. That puck easily could have found the back of the net on a nice saucered pass from the Stars. Instead, gobbled up by the man in white in the blue paint. And so it'll be the Stars back to 5-on-5 hockey. 76 seconds left to go here in the first. It's Russo at the dot. Wins that over toward Fisher. Sylvania, though, able to jam it out of the zone, then take it farther. 2-on-1 developing for Sylvania at the end of this period. They shoot. Speaker shuts that down. He was on his angle, and that puck he caught under the pads. Now, remember that one if the Stars are able to push back in this, because that was a 2-on-1 for Sylvania. They were going for the far post on that one. Speaker able to shut it down, though. And so, it's a defensive zone draw for the Stars. Near dot faceoff. It'll be Russo at the dot. Leans over, trying to win that back. And Sylvania takes over at the near half wall. They work it up to the near point, but it's Fisher in the way, able to get that puck up into the neutral zone. Looked like it was going to go for an offside. Now it's Conforti trying to work the puck farther. He's bodied by his man, but pinching up is Coronati, able to jam that into the zone. We take under a minute to play here in the first period in Addison, Illinois. It'll be Sylvania firing that puck all the way down. This one should go for an icing. It does, with 40 seconds left to play here in the first period. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. They'll get some new skaters out there. Looks like it'll be the Nicolaitis and Conforti and Polisi line as the forwards. Leshner and Coronati as the defenders. Nicolaitis leans over the dot. Wins that strong side to Polisi. Polisi fires that into the slot. Just a little bit out of the reach of Conforti. And so Sylvania will break out the other way in the neutral zone. They tap that puck farther, and they'll give chase. Just a half minute left to play here in the first period as Sylvania throws that puck out. It's jabbed farther, but not out of the zone just yet by the Stars. Sylvania creeps in, and they send a shot wide. Speaker might have gotten a stick on it. It was always going wide as the puck now thrown toward the slot. Nicolaitis there, though, able to work that puck up. Coronati took a big hit, and he's grimacing as he skates toward the bench. Is Coronati. Sylvania will have to track back to the neutral zone and get this puck out. They do, and work it again into the neutral zone, but that's going to be it for the period one as the buzzer sounds. After one, it's the New York Stars 1, the Sylvania North Stars 2. Stick around, there's going to be an ice cut. We'll put 15 more minutes on the board, though, for period number 2, right after the Zamboni's done. Until then, enjoy some words from our sponsors and grab that cup of coffee. We'll be back with you in about 10 to 12 minutes. Thanks so much for watching. This is Midnight Sports.
Hockey fans, do you breathe air? Do you live on Earth? Well, if you do, you need to stop everything right now. How could you possibly go one more second without cleaning every single air duct, vent, exhaust fan, and air conditioning unit in your home, apartment, or car? The good news is, you don't have to. Let the folks at Frank's Air Clean Exceptional help you today. We don't just clean out your air vents and ducts. We make sure your house, apartment, or car smells so good, you won't even recognize it. It's Frank's Air Clean Exceptional. When you are panicked over something that hasn't bothered you even once in your entire history of living on this planet, call Fake. We'll put your mind at ease. 917-555-FAKE.
Hockey fans, do you ever worry that your life is mostly reacting to what's happening? Are you just an extra in the script of life? Is every day the same for you? Well, it doesn't have to be this way. I'm Mr. Gresson, the life coach, but my friends call me Aggro. And if you sign up for my newsletter, you'll learn all the tricks on how to get what you want out of life. For instance, you see a baby eating candy? Take it! As there an old lady about to get in a cab that you need? Well, what are you waiting for? Has someone cut you off on the road? If you're not screaming through your windshield, you're doing it wrong. It's Mr. Aggressive. Sign up for the newsletter today. Do it. Do it. Do it. Hockey fans, have you ever needed scissors when you're at home? Maybe you wanted to open a box or cut some shrink wrap off food. When you go to the drawer where you've thrown all your pens, rubber bands, stamps, receipts, and junk, you can't seem to find your scissors. Where could they possibly have gone? And at a moment like this, that's where we come in. Knives can do anything scissors can do, just much more dangerously. So when you need a pair of scissors, and those scissors aren't there for you, keep us in mind. It's knives, like scissors, but dependable. Hey y'all, Rowdy Howdy here. You may know me from Rowdy Howdy's Automobiles. You may also know me as the guy who likes to order some sweet Halloween merch from Etsy. Either way, you gotta get your butt on down to Rowdy Howdy and buy yourself a car, truck, or SUV this weekend. Here at Rowdy Howdy's, it's Halloween Leftovers Weekend. That's right. Come on down to Rowdy Howdy's today and you'll get a free bag of stale candy and the best prices on all the cars, trucks, and SUVs that our local teenagers vandalized on the night of October 31st. But Rowdy, you're saying, the cars all look pretty rough. How can I tell which cars were vandalized and which weren't? Well, that's the best part. You don't have to worry about it because we're extending our Halloween Leftovers Weekend deals to all the cars, trucks, and SUVs on our lot, even the ones where the engines work. It's Rowdy Howdy's Automobiles, 1234 Fake Ad Boulevard, just off the interstate, right by the biggest American flag you've ever seen. Rowdy Howdy!
Well, welcome on back to Addison, Illinois. Ice cut just finishing up here as the players starting to emerge from the locker rooms. They'll get about 30 seconds or so to warm up out there on the ice. Got to expect a quick whistle as this game started on time, but as with all tournaments, the officials instructed to keep the game going on time so that the rest of the day doesn't get delayed. So the Stars emerge from their locker room here after some quick strategy talk with the coaches. Sylvania also coming back out onto the ice. And a quick recap of the first period. Sylvania went up 1-0 on a shot that deflected on up and over Stars goaltender. Stars came right back about 30 seconds later and even up the game, and then Sylvania able to pot on a broken play, streaking to the back post, and they were tapped at home after the initial save by the Stars. And so it'll be period number 2. There'll be no ice cut between period 2 and 3, so don't go anywhere after this 15 game minutes because it will be period 3 coming up right after period 2. Sounds obvious, but with these tournaments and the strange timing on the ice cuts, sometimes it's hard to know. In any event, we'll get going here in period 2, period of the long change, which is why you'll see some of the Sylvania players on the Stars side of the ice all the way down as they stretch out and get ready. But it will be 15 minutes on the board here momentarily. Well, some of the Sylvania parents chirping at the Stars to get on their side of the ice, apparently not realizing that the Sylvania players are on the Stars side of the ice. So, call it what you will, passionate or inappropriate. It's a hockey tradition here of parents entertaining themselves by yelling at teenagers. In any event, looks like we're just about ready to get rolling here from Addison. As the Stars get some last-minute strategy from the bench. Sylvania over the boards first here. Stars about to do so as well. It looks like it'll be Coronati going to the box here. Unclear what that call was. So a minute and a half put up on the board there. Coronati in the box. Unclear what the call is. A bit of an explanation going on at the Stars bench. So some sort of penalty called there. I don't know whether it was during the intermission or at the end of the first period. No arm was raised back then. But admittedly, the vagaries of youth ice hockey don't always allow for us to know exactly what's happened up here in the booth. Goalies being checked, scorekeeper checked. We're about to get off and running for period 2. Stars down a goal, now down a man as we kick off. One forward cleanly by Nicolaitis to kill some of this penalty. And so it'll be Sylvania retreating in their own end to pick up the puck. Sylvania on the puck there. Nicolaitis pushing his man wide. Russo picks up the puck and dumps it right back in. No clean breakout for Sylvania. Now they throw it into the neutral zone, but it's going to come all the way up to Schulman. Schulman on the puck with some time and space. Spins that puck the other way. It went off a Sylvania player. A great zone clearance by him as Nicolaitis able to keep the zone and take a heavy high hit there. He adjusts the face mask, and onward we play. It's Sylvania breaking through the neutral zone now with some speed. Into the offensive zone comes Sylvania, pushed wide by Viscoso as the puck's thrown out to the slot. Can't connect. Handcuffed pass, and the Stars try and tap it farther. It'll be Nicolaitis who does the job. A nice lifted pass out of the zone, and Sylvania will track back to pick up the puck there. 37 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Sylvania. They break into the offensive zone again. They buy some time as the Stars changing behind the play. A heavy hit there. Viscoso separates his stick. I have left to play here at the dot. Simmons wins as Leshner out there on D. Able to help with that face-off win, and then jammed out. Looked to be by McCarthy. Ensuing faceoff. It's going to be one forward again by Zimmich. Up to the near point. Shot's going to come in, go well wide of the cage. Looking for a deflection was Sylvania, but it rolls all the way up to McCarthy, who finds Fisher. Fisher came off the bench as Coronati got out of the box. It's Sylvania controlling in their own end. McCarthy rubs his man off the puck, and it's Sylvania at their own blue line, working that puck up through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Sylvania tripped up there on their own skate and stick, and it's McCarthy working that puck just wide for Zimmich. Zimmich gains the offensive zone, taps that toward the back post, saved nicely. Fluttering puck hops over the stick of Fisher, and now Sylvania comes right back the other way. Sylvania into the slot. They're in on Speaker, and a hook is going to be called here, though, after there's some hitting, and it'll be Leshner skating away from that one. It looks like, though, going to the box might be two players here as Sylvania has some words for Leshner, and Leshner has some words right back for Sylvania. They weren't words so much as gestures, but Leshner gives it as good as he got, and the refs take two here. We'll see how all the paperwork is worked out at the scorer's booth. This game already getting chippy, just 2 minutes and 7 seconds into the second. Now the officials discussing exactly what's going to be put on the board here. Bit of a moment of levity from Leo Leshner there as he headed to the box. So the explanation goes to alternate captain James Nicolaitis, who receives word, and it looks like we've got 3 Star skaters out right now, 5 Sylvania skaters, and it'll be Nicolaitis to join them. So it looks like the net is going to be a 5-on-5. Now we have 5 Star skaters out there, so it's still 5-on-5 hockey here as the refs took one from each team. Puck now sits in the defensive corner for the Stars. Sylvania controls, works it up to the top of the slot. Shot comes in, deflected wide of the cage. Follow-up, jabbed wide as well. Sylvania works that to the far corner. Puck comes all the way up to the far point, slapped farther, and it'll be the Stars controlling as Speaker had gotten down quickly. But Nicolaitis helps him out and works that puck into the new puck out of their defensive zone. Sylvania skating with speed into the offensive zone. Left here in the second period. Well, looks like we never got that banner off the bottom of the screen. I apologize about that. 3 minutes of knowing exactly what game you're watching, but in any event, it's off now, and so it'll be Zimmich at the far dot. Tick under 12 minutes to go. Shot fired in, goes wide of the cage, and now it'll be the Stars picking it up, racking it all the way around. Icing's going to be waved as it went off a Sylvania player at the near point. Puck rolls all the way to the far corner. Sylvania doesn't get that puck out of the zone as Zimmich and Russo combine to keep it in the zone momentarily. Sylvania now will turn with the puck. They work it to the neutral zone. It hits a skate there, though, and then it's tapped farther by them. But McCarthy gets back, able to jam that out of the zone right in front of the Sylvania bench. It's now Russo firing it forward. Bizarro curls, picks up the puck in the neutral zone, and it's rubbed right off his stick. And so coming back was Viscoso to tap it farther for Zimmich. Zimmich gains the offensive zone. Sylvania with possession at their own blue line. They jam it right back out. And now turning is Viscoso to cut his man off as McCarthy picks up the puck, racks it all the way around toward Russo. Russo able to get the puck out of the zone. Now Sylvania in the neutral zone. Loads right back up at the blue line. They gain stride. Couldn't pull the trigger, though, as he was too close to the goaltender. He was skating with so much speed there. It's Russo again at the far half wall. And it'll be Sylvania chopping it out of the zone, picked up by Viscoso. Viscoso on the puck at center ice. He curls, delays, dumps on in, and chasing will be Conforti at the far half wall. Conforti on the puck there at the far corner now as the Stars were able to make a change on that dump in. Sylvania trying to leave the zone. Instead, shot fired just wide. Looked like Conforti tried a no-look shot there. It went just wide as he was able to keep the puck in the zone as well. Conforti now digging that puck out with Fisher. Joining them is Coronati. Right in the middle of it all, in fact. Stars now work that puck all the way to the far corner. Puck sits in the far corner. It's thrown up and out of the zone. And the officials are going to say that went off Schulman. So tracking back is Coronati. Doesn't really matter. That puck barely crossed the end line. And it's going to be racked around in the defensive zone. Conforti tries to push that puck farther. Has some help from Schulman. Sylvania emerges with it. They're at the top of the slot. They fire in. Speaker blockers that aside. Looked like it was going wide of the cage anyway. In on that shot that goes wide was Sylvania. Coronati now on the puck. He'll curl with it in his own end. Sylvania, though, in the way. Coronati upends his man. Throws that puck all the way around, and Nicolaitis does the rest, finds Conforti, who tries to jam it out of the zone. Sylvania, though, with the zone keep, the top of the slot. Coronati bodies his man there on the backhand, works it up toward Fisher. Not out of the zone just yet. Sylvania trying to tilt this ice, and the puck will roll all the way toward Conforti. Of course, this is the period of the long change, and so the Stars need to get out of the zone. They do, and with some tired skaters out there, the Stars will now be able to make a change on this icing. With 9:13 left to play, it'll be a defensive zone draw for the Stars, but they don't mind right now as they can get some tired skaters off the ice on a long shift and some fresh legs out there. Now it'll be Leshner, Bizarro, Viscoso, Zimmage, and Polisi. Zimmage over the dot there. Leshner told to back out of the circle. He does. Shot comes all the way across the blue paint. Nobody home for Sylvania, streaking toward the back post. Ensuing shot deflected wide. Sylvania now skating with purpose. They throw in on Speaker. He kicks that one aside. Now the puck racked up toward the far point, but the zone keep by Sylvania. They're curling in the slot as Sylvania on the forehand. A nice stick lift there by Bizarro. Forces his man to shoot wide. It's the Stars trying to get this puck out of the zone again. Sylvania emerges with the puck at the end boards, throws it into the slot. No look backhander, doesn't connect for Sylvania, and they'll have to curl at the far circle. Sylvania on the puck at the end boards, and they've got the puck at the far half wall. Comes to Polisi, who jams it out of the zone. Bizarro now on the forecheck as that puck goes into the Stars' offensive zone. Bizarro still forechecking there. Puck goes all the way around the net. Sylvania has it, skating with speed to get the puck out of the zone. They're able to turn and gain the offensive zone. That one comes all the way in, and it'll be Speaker covering up there after a big-time hit right in front of the Sylvania bench with 8:17 left to play here in the middle frame. Now it'll be a defensive zone draw for the Stars after Speaker covered up that rolling puck. And no justice coming from the men in stripes on that big hit right in front of the Sylvania bench. So we will play onward with Nicolaitis at the dot. Nicolaitis wins that cleanly. Off the boards, out of the zone. A good clear by Schulman. And now it's McCarthy with speed into the offensive zone. McCarthy there has the puck come off his stick momentarily, but does work the puck deeper into the zone. And now it'll be Sylvania sending it all the way out of the zone. Schulman and Coronati back. Schulman looks to go point to point with Coronati. He does. Coronati has the puck. He goes right up the ice on a nice diagonal pass, tapped farther there by James Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis on the forecheck. Puck racked around now by Sylvania. Not out of the zone just yet. Schulman with a good zone keep. Puck rolls to Nicolaitis. Fired in. It's McCarthy scoring on the one-timer. Oh, Schulman to Nicolaitis to McCarthy. And the captain scores to even this game up at 7:41 left to play in the middle frame. Well, that was a bang-bang play if you've ever seen one. And the Stars tie this one up in period number 2, almost exactly halfway through this game. And so it'll be Zimmage on the ensuing faceoff, winning that forward, but a foul drop called here as it looks like a Sylvania player will head toward the locker room, perhaps after that big hit. And you don't like to see that. You never want to see a youth hockey player have to leave the ice for an injury. In any event, we'll have the door closed here as the puck's dropped again. Zimmage wins that forward, and Sylvania controls. They come into the offensive zone, does Sylvania. They'll just send one in on Speaker. That rebound off the leg pads. He's able to stick it out of trouble, and now Sylvania breaks back into the zone. Looked like they might have been offside, but given that there are only 2 officials out there, it's going to come over. Speaker way out of the crease there. Able to kick that aside. Ensuing shot. He saves that one too. And so now it'll be Sylvania working that puck in deeper. Good aggressive play there by the Stars netminder to shut down that threat as it had come to the top of the blue paint. Sylvania, though, keeps the zone. They rack that puck deeper in. It's Viscoso on the backhand at the end boards, uses the glass to work it up toward Bizarro. The rolling puck comes to the slot, and then Viscoso able to jam it up to the near point. Not out just yet. All the way across goes that puck for the one-timer. It fluttered, though, on the Sylvania player, and now thrown out front. It's Fisher turning to try and jam that puck out of the zone. And Sylvania with a zone keep. Sylvania into the slot. One-timer doesn't connect. Shoveled over for a tight-angled pass. Sylvania still on the puck there. They throw it through the blue paint. Nobody home. Sylvania with the zone keep. Long shift here for the Stars as Bizarro will turn with it. He's got Fisher ahead of him. Stars kind of out of gas. Fisher breaks into the zone. He shoots. Shrugged off by the Sylvania netminder, and now the net comes off its moorings with 6:23 left to play here in the second. Boy, you can't tune out for a second in this one, as Sylvania was dominating play for about a minute and a half, and then the Stars had a 2-on-0 break, but because they had been out for such a long shift in the defensive zone, didn't have quite the gas to get that puck all the way toward the net. Fisher still ripped a good shot, and it was just a better save there by the Sylvania netminder. In any event, Stars win that face-off forward, but Sylvania controls in their own zone. They're in the neutral zone is Sylvania. They work that puck across the blue line. They try and load up. Instead, they dump it on in deep. And so it'll be Coronati turning at the near corner to work that puck up and out of the zone. McCarthy in for support. Jabbed farther by Sylvania, and now the Stars fire in their own defensive corner to try and take the puck off their man. Sylvania dances around to hit. Puck rolls out toward the net front, and now it's Sylvania working it up to the point. They load up. Shot comes in. Speaker's able to make a screen save there, and so Sylvania keeps the zone. Another one comes in. Oh boy, bar down. Yikes. Sylvania fires it all the way in from the point. They go bar down on that one, and worked up toward Zimmage. Sorry if that frame dropped for you there. Having a little bit of a connection issue here toward YouTube. And if it didn't, then feel free, as always, to ignore everything I'm saying. 5:29 left to go here in the second. Sylvania with a bar down clapper from the far point, able to score. And so the Stars will need to try and get that goal back, as it'll be Nicolaitis at the far dot. Puck rolls over to the far corner. Jabbed farther by Fisher, not out of the zone just yet. Stars did well through Fisher to get stick on puck, and Viscoso able to grab that out of the air and send the bouncing puck out of the zone. It's Sylvania curling back on the puck. Sylvania has it at neutral ice, but Nicolaitis able to pinch in, gain the offensive zone, but without possession, and now on the forecheck. It's Nicolaitis there in the near corner on the puck, works it over toward Bizarro. Bizarro looks for Fisher in front. This puck's going to roll to the high slot. Schulman able to track that down. Turnaround shot thrown in there by the Stars. Oh boy, looks like it was Dom Bizarro feathered a backhand on the rebound past the Sylvania netminder, and just like that, it's a tie hockey game again. Now Dom Bizarro able to throw that backhander on the rebound after the Fisher turnaround shot, and so it'll be Fisher to Bizarro on the score sheet, and with just under 5 minutes left to play here in the second period, it's Stars 3, Sylvania 3. Nicolaitis at the dot. Wins that drop forward. Bizarro fires in on the forecheck. Sylvania gets it out of the zone. Now they break out through the neutral zone. They've got a 2-on-2 developing, does Sylvania. They try and go around as Sylvania thrown into the net. The net is off its moorings. Need a whistle here. We finally get one. It's going to be a cross check. Stars going to the box for this one, as Sylvania scored with a man, not with the puck. And so we'll see who it is taking the long skate over to the box. It's Viscoso. And he'll go for a minute and a half for a cross check. It's going to be a defensive zone draw for the Stars here. Tie game, but down a man for the next minute and a half. Well, it'll be Coronati, Zimmage, McCarthy, and Leshner out there as the four skaters for the Stars. Puck won cleanly by Zimmage toward Coronati. Coronati's able to throw that up and out. It's going to go for a quick icing, though. Just 6 seconds come off the man advantage there for Sylvania, and we'll do it all over again right here at the near circle as the Stars iced it. Zimmage looks back toward Coronati, attempting to win it cleanly back to him again. Sylvania setting up for a point slapper. Zimmage wins that faceoff. Coronati jams it up to the point. Sylvania throws that to a bumper in the slot. Can't handle it, so Coronati tracks it down. Takes a heavy hit, though, in the corner. Works that puck over to the near corner. Sylvania controls. They throw it to the slot. Speaker able to make a save there, and the follow-up goes wide. Now the rebound comes toward Speaker. It's at the side of the pads and now to the near side of the cage. It's Speaker without a stick. His stick is to the side of the cage. Shot comes in. Speaker bats that out of the air, and now he'll be able to pick up his stick as that puck goes for an icing. Now Speaker without a stick at the side of the cage, able to do enough with the glove to throw that down toward Leshner, it looked like. And that puck ends up going for an icing, but it gives the Stars a chance to make a change here. And it'll be Schulman, Nicolaitis, Russo, And McCarthy out there as the four skaters. Puck comes to McCarthy, who throws it out of the zone again. Stars' strategy of killing this penalty by icing the puck, working thus far, but they're only able to bite off the penalty in short increments. Looks like even the Sylvania parents getting upset by the Stars icing the puck here. Unclear why. In any event, puck now comes up to the near half wall for Sylvania. Sylvania on the puck there at the end line. Curling around the cage is Sylvania, throwing it up to the point. And the pass comes right back down toward the end board. Sylvania dancing around the net. Speaker down in front, and now he'll turn, and Sylvania will have the puck in the near corner, looking for some ice out there. Stars maintaining their defensive shape right now. It's thrown across the ice for a streaking back post one-timer. Couldn't be corralled by Sylvania, who dumps it in to the far corner. Sylvania at the top of the circle. Now the top of the slot, worked wide. Shot comes in, hits a body in front, jammed out of the zone by the Stars. A wonderful block there by the Stars in front of the cage. Sees them send the puck all the way down for an icing with 3:24 remaining in this period and 10 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Sylvania. Well, looks like there's going to be a line change here for both teams, so we have a slight delay as the Stars come right over the boards. Coronati, Zimmage, Fisher, and Leshner back out there for the team from Brooklyn. It's Sylvania controlling. They throw that in wide of the cage, and now Sylvania tries to pick it up at the far point. They do. They work it down low, looking for a tight angle shot or someone in the slot. They work it all the way over to the top of the circle. That puck hits a body, the post, then goes wide behind Speaker, but not in the cage. And now we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. It comes up till Sylvania there. Kicked aside by Zimmage. A kick save and a butte by him as the Stars look to get this puck up and out of the zone. Puck rolls there at the end boards. Leshner bodies his man. Puck caught in some skates at the end boards, and now Sylvania has two men in. Puck thrown all the way to the far half wall. Danced around, but only so far as Zimmage, as the Stars do clear the zone. It's Bizarro back out there. Streaks up the left wing. Long shot in. It's going to be gloved down by the Sylvania netminder with 2:39 to play, and the Stars can get their lines right here with an offensive zone draw coming. Now, so the Stars survive on the penalty kill there. Some nervy moments and some iron called into play. But ensuing faceoff will be Nicolaitis. And he works that puck up toward Schulman. Schulman on the puck, fires in, hits a skate, goes wide, and it's covered up immediately by the Sylvania goaltender with 2:33 left to play here in the second period. It'll be Nicolaitis with Polisi and Conforti out there. Got Viscoso and Schulman behind him. Wins it to Schulman. Schulman with a slapper in. Hits a shin guard. Able to pick up the rebound and work that puck deeper into the zone. It's now Conforti firing in at the end boards, trying to work that puck over toward Nicolaitis. Conforti emerges with it. Shot comes in. Hits a body in front. Bouncing puck. Nearly one-timed on the half volley by Nicolaitis. But it'll be the Sylvania North Stars emerging with it through center ice. It's a 1-on-2 for Sylvania. Schulman turns, works his man all the way to the near corner. Sylvania on the puck at the end boards, trying to dance around. Sylvania works that puck over, but Polisi waiting for it in great position there. Works the puck into the neutral zone, finds Conforti entering the offensive zone. It's the Stars without possession in the offensive zone. Sylvania will rack that all the way around, but it's Viscoso pinching in with a zone keep. Now Conforti comes up the play at the end boards well. Sylvania will emerge with it, but not on a clean breakout. It only comes up toward Schulman, who works that farther for Nicolaitis. Does the rest of the work to get that all the way down to the end boards. It's the Stars trying to get that puck to the net front. Conforti awaits, and now he'll fire in to the far corner. Sylvania emerges with it, where they work it just past the Stars into the neutral zone. Sylvania now trying to enter the offensive zone. It's a 3-on-2 for Sylvania. They fire in. Speaker blockers that aside and then makes a save on the follow-up. Boy, oh boy, something out of nothing there for Sylvania. They load up at the point. Deflected puck, blockered aside there again by Speaker, who's able to shut that down. Puck sits at the side of the cage, and then it's racked out to the half wall. Puck comes in on Speaker again. Saved there by his defenseman. Ensuing shot goes wide. Sylvania with a big push in this last 20 seconds, but they'll have to go back to the neutral zone and collect the puck. We're under a minute left to play here as it's McCarthy there with a good poke check. Comes up the zone break-in, and the puck rolls toward Schulman, and now it's McCarthy waiting at the offensive blue line into the zone. Standing are the Stars fans, but that puck's going to roll all the way to the corner, as the Stars quickly have to get off the ice, and that puck's going to come all the way down. It's going to be waved for an icing. Zimmage will track back. He's got Coronati out there with him. Zimmage on the puck behind his own cage, loads up on the forehand, finds Coronati there, who returns it over toward Leshner, works that puck up toward McCarthy. McCarthy with a good stick lift is able to get that puck. Oh boy, that's a big time hit right there at the blue line as McCarthy went flying into the dasher. But the whistle is not for the hit, it's for offsides on the Stars as that puck had rolled into the offensive zone. And so with 20 seconds left to go here in the second period, it's a face-off just outside the Stars' offensive zone. Zimmage has Russo to his left, McCarthy to his right. It's won by Sylvania there. They work that puck into the neutral zone, and we should get an icing here. We do with 14 seconds left to go in the second period. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Now remember, after these 14 seconds, there's no ice cut, so stick around with us. It'll probably just be about a minute break at the intermission. And we've got a close one here in Addison, Illinois. Zimmage winning that faceoff toward the slot, but it's Sylvania emerging with it. Now they have a breakaway, a clean breakaway in as they shoot, and that puck's going to go off speaker. It looked like that shot was placed near post, and Coronati goes flying into the net, so we get a stoppage in play as the net once again mercifully goes. Have to pick it up again at the half wall. Pizarro join us this afternoon. Time and place not set just yet for the New York Stars, but we will have a game this afternoon, and so we'll post that to the Instagram page or the YouTube page. Give us a like, a follow, a subscription. It's all free and a lot of fun. Puck comes out to the net front. Trying to turn with it was Sylvania. Instead, Russo able to clear the zone, and now Sylvania will have to reset in the neutral zone and their own zone here. They fire it up to center ice, harassed there by McCarthy, and that puck is going to come all the way down, but it looks like McCarthy's going to get called here as the puck goes for an icing for a hook. So to the box will be McCarthy, with 13:51 left to go and a defensive zone draw upcoming. Now McCarthy pleading his case that the Sylvania man was holding on to his stick and was able to draw the penalty that way. But the officials not buying it on the ice. And so the Stars are tied here, but down a man for the next minute and a half. It'll be Russo at the dot. Sylvania wins that faceoff, but they throw it up through the slot. And now it's Nicolaitis on the forecheck as Sylvania has to reset. Sylvania goes point to point in their own zone. Sylvania on the puck. They work it on up across the red line into the offensive zone. Sylvania trying to curl into the slot. They shoot. They hit the corner of the cage. And so now it'll be Nicolaitis trying to get that puck out of the zone. Puck rolls there toward Leshner. Leshner guides it farther into the zone safely. Sylvania throws it to the top point here. Shot comes in, goes well wide of the cage. And now Sylvania will have to reset at the far side of the ice. Sylvania keeps the zone, dumps it in deeper. They go top to bottom there toward the end line, but in the way was Coronati. Now the rolling puck comes to Russo. He tries to use the boards to get that out. Cleaned up, though, there by Nicolaitis. And Stars able to make a partial change as Sylvania breaks right back into the offensive zone. Sylvania loads up there. They shoot in. They hit the post after Speaker got the blocker on that. He did enough to feather that one wide. Puck goes all the way down. Icing waved. And I got to say, inexplicably there, as the Stars had cleared the zone, hadn't gained the line. The Stars aren't going to complain as there's 22 seconds left to go in the man advantage. It's a 3-on-1 there for Sylvania. Speaker able to shut that one down. Puck goes very high, comes to a Sylvania stick. Ensuing shot deflected, thrown into the slot. Look out. Shot comes in, bouncing puck goes wide there. 10 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Sylvania. Onward we play as Sylvania has the puck behind the net, but they touch up, and it's going to be a penalty call on Sylvania, it looks like, as the whistle blew while they were touching the puck. So we'll see what the call is here, as that's going to be an offensive zone draw. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey for 4 seconds, and then the Stars will have an abbreviated power play for a minute and 26 seconds, assuming no other paperwork gets done in front of the scorekeeper. Nobody in the box just yet for Sylvania, and so we'll see. No gesture made. There we go. A Sylvania player now going over toward the box. The referee's on top of it. And so 4-on-4 hockey for 4 seconds. It's Nicolaitis winning that faceoff forward. It's jabbed into the near corner by Sylvania. And now the Stars do have a man advantage. On the ice is McCarthy. And then no penalty called there as a stick's broken. And it'll be Bizarro firing that into the low slot. Schulman able to keep the zone on the backhand momentarily, but look out, Sylvania with a 3-on-1 the other way. It's a shorty 3-on-1 as Sylvania comes into the zone. They fire wide. And so it'll be McCarthy now picking up the puck, rushing the other way. He's got Zimmage streaking down the slot with him. Penalty, 45 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Stars as that puck's worked across the blue line. There, as that puck took a deflection off a stick, went high up, and Sylvania scores here to make this a 4-3 game. Well, with 11:21 left to go here, it's Sylvania 4, Stars 3. Stars still have 26 seconds left to go on the power play. Sylvania trying to work out their line combinations here. They do, trying to buy a little extra time as they've gotten fatigued on this penalty kill after scoring a shorty. And so now, after that shorthanded goal, the Stars will look to get it right back on this power play for the next 20 seconds or so. Sylvania picks up the puck in their own zone. Puck fired around, and Sylvania unable to escape the zone as Russo got in the way of that one. Puck rolls toward Conforti, who works it right back down for Russo. It'll be the Stars throwing that rink wide, but Sylvania will pick it up there in stride. Penalty's over. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Sylvania tries to dance into the zone. Viscoso wise to that play, though, and Sylvania will have to reset in the neutral zone. It's Sylvania on the puck. They dump it all the way in deep. Viscoso now at his own blue line works that puck across the line, and he'll dump in. Stars will give chase. Fisher, Conforti, Russo as the forwards out there, and Coronati's able to make a change. Schulman on the ice as a defender. It'll be Conforti gumming up the play in the far corner to allow the Stars to complete that change, and the Stars will have to give chase now in the offensive zone. Sylvania able to work that up, but not across the line, and so it'll be Russo dumping that in deeper again. Conforti fires in as that puck hits the back of the cage, and Sylvania pirouettes there and works it around to the near corner. Sylvania will pick it up at the near half wall and skate it out of the zone. Lunging for it are the Stars, but Sylvania able to work it into the zone only so far as Schulman. Sylvania picks it up here again at the near point. They dance at the top of the circle, and Sylvania has it at the near half wall. This game is on a razor's edge right now. It really feels like next goal may win it as the puck comes to the side of the cage. Now it's fired up and out of the zone there. That puck definitely crossed the line, and now we'll get a whistle. And so it's going to be a draw just outside the Stars' defensive zone with 9:46 left to play in this one. Stars down a goal, pushing to even it up as they have each time in this game they've gone down a goal. It'll be Nicolaitis at the dot. He's got Polisi to his right, McCarthy to his left. Puck rolls all the way out of the Stars' defensive zone, and it's racked right back in by Sylvania. It's Coronati pushing it farther there for McCarthy, able to clear the zone. Sylvania will collect at their own blue line. Sylvania turns, comes back strong side of the ice. A nice breakout by them into the offensive zone. They load up, send it across the ice. Leshner with some good stick work, works it over toward Polisi. Puck fired to the top of the slot. Loading up there is Sylvania. It's now rolled all the way into the near Nicolaitis, does the rest himself, and now that puck, as it was rolling across the end line, had been touched up by Sylvania. So onward we play. Under 8:50 left to go here. Good stick work by Zimmage. Finds Bizarro in close. Bizarro tries to go 5-hole. Ensuing shot hits the shoulder of the goaltender. Net. The Sylvania play momentarily as Sylvania has it to the side of the cage, and now it's Leshner working his man wide. Puck comes up to the near point. Waiting there was Russo. Going around him was the Sylvania man to pull the shot, but he hits it wide, and the Stars will emerge with the puck. It's the Stars on the puck, working that into the offensive zone. McCarthy there, waiting for Russo. He shoots, he scores! Oh boy, how about that? It's the Stars scoring through the captain. McCarthy able to put it home. Netminder anticipating a pass there for Sylvania. Instead, McCarthy able to go 5-hole and even this one up late in the third period. Now 6:31 left to play here in Addison as the Stars win that faceoff forward, but without possession. It's now Sylvania working that up through the neutral zone. Puck comes into the offensive zone. Sylvania in the slot there, trying to work that on a backhand, but Sammy Schulman watches his man wide, and now it's the Stars firing it off the dasher up to the near point. Not out of the zone just yet. Fisher on his man, as is Viscoso. Sylvania works that to the end boards, throws it to the top of the slot, but it's going to be out of the reach of all the North Stars men, and so they'll have to track back into their own defensive zone with Fisher again applying pressure on the forecheck. Sylvania works that puck up across the offensive blue line, and Viscoso turns to pick it up there. It's Viscoso trying to work that puck out of the zone. Puck rolls into the slot. Schulman with a nice stick lift. Pizarro will dance around his man on the backhand and try and work that over towards Image at the half wall. Image chips it off of his man at the half wall. Puck stays in the zone. Still a bouncing puck there. Sylvania will turn with it at the circle. Trying to get it on the forehand is Sylvania. They work it up to the point. Sylvania made a change behind the play. We're going to get a call here on the Stars as the puck was caught in some Sylvania skates. Stars will touch up now with 5:26 left to go. It'll be Pizarro to the box for tripping. That was tripping if you didn't hear me the first time. Pizarro to the box for tripping, so a minute and a half is going to be put up on the board for him. It'll be a defensive zone draw for the Stars, who with 5:26 left in this one will look to kill the penalty and then get on the board at the other end. Al Nicolaitis at the dot. He's got Leshner out there with him. Sylvania wins. They shoot. They score. Oh, boy. Sylvania broke right in off the face-off. They were able to pot it over the shoulder of Speaker, and just like that, it's a clean face-off win for Sylvania. And they broke right in, and they touched it home. And so, with 5:24 left to go in this one, Sylvania gets their lead right back, and we'll be back to 5-on-5 hockey here in Addison. Faceoff sits at the dot. One forward there by Sylvania. Upended by Viscoso was the Sylvania man. And the Stars look to fire that out of the zone. Can't clear the zone just yet, can the Stars? They shoot in. Speaker blockers that shot aside. Rolling puck's going to come over toward Russo. Russo leaves it there for Zimmage. Zimmage on the puck. Breaks into the offensive zone. Leaves it for McCarthy. McCarthy on the puck. Tries to shoot in. Hits a body. And now it'll be Sylvania breaking out of the zone. They feather it out. They've got a 3-on-2 developing in the neutral zone here. Pass goes a little long. Looked like Sylvania might have been offside, but this late in the game, they're probably not going to call it there. At the side of the cage comes the puck, and then thrown out front, and that puck hits the side of the post. Oh, that hit the side of the post. Sylvania desperate for that goal call. Instead, Speaker made the save, and then a follow-up save too, as Schulman able to work that puck harmlessly to the half wall, and then it's racked around by Sylvania, and we play on here with 4.5 minutes left to go. Sylvania wanted the call that puck had found the back of the net. Instead, though, Stars able to clear the zone, and Sylvania has the puck in the neutral zone now. Bodied there again by Viscoso. Back-checking was Nicolaitis to come up the zone entry, but Sylvania comes in anyway. They shoot wide of the cage, and that puck goes all the way around to the far half wall. It's McCarthy bodying his man there. Nicolaitis firing forward to get the puck out of the zone. Should be an offside call. It is, with 4:08 left to play here in the third period. Stars pushing to tie this one up once again, as this faceoff's going to come just outside the Stars' defensive zone. Now it'll be the Stars winning that faceoff and working it back into their zone to try and buy some open ice. It's Coronati firing it up to the half wall. Sylvania with the zone keep. Now it comes out to a Sylvania man. He shoots wide of the cage. Speaker might have gotten a piece of it. Not sure the shot was going to be on target anyway. It's Coronati tracking that puck down over to the weak side of the ice. It's Fisher trying to work that puck out of the zone. He bodies his man to give Leshner time to do the same. Puck comes up to the near point. It's sticked up into the netting by Speaker. And so with 3:36 left to play here in the third, it's a defensive zone draw for the Stars. Now it'll be Nicolaitis to take this draw. He's got Fisher out there with him, as well as Pizarro. Face-off won there by Sylvania, not cleanly. It's up to the point and then dumped in down low. Sylvania tries to pick it up in stride. Coronati upended, no interference call there, as Sylvania not able to keep the zone. Puck bounces into the neutral zone, and Sylvania will go point to point. Nicolaitis harassing his man into an early pass, and Leshner there in the defensive zone to track that puck down and try and send it up out of the zone. Sylvania emerges with it. They shoot in. No tap coming, though, as Pizarro able to clear the slot, not the zone. Sylvania picks up the puck with Nearly just 3 minutes left to go here in the third. Sylvania at the near point. They fire in. That one hits the side of the cage. Didn't take a deflection. And so Sylvania will have to collect again. They circle behind the cage. They try and score on a Michigan. They do. Oh, man. Boy, that looked like a high stick as that puck went around. And so Sylvania scores there. Able to pot it home. No complaint by the Stars bench. And so picking that puck up behind the cage, scoring on a Michigan, was Sylvania. And with 2:52 left to go, it's now a 2-goal lead for the North Stars. Now it'll be Sylvania winning that puck forward and working it wide. Throwing it against the side of the cage is Sylvania as Speaker covers up that rebound. And it's going to be a defensive zone draw here for the Stars. Puck won by Sylvania, fired in off the post there. Laser shot off the face-off win. The Stars now trying to push this puck out of the zone. 2:35 left to play here in Addison, Illinois. Puck comes all the way around the side of the cage, wrap around, thrown in front and scored. And so now it's a 7-4 lead for the Sylvania North Stars. Well, Sylvania celebrating their 3-goal lead now. And so it'll be the Stars trying to take some positive momentum out of this game. As Nicolaitis at the dot wins that forward. Puck's going to go all the way to the end boards. And now it'll be Sylvania behind the net and working that out to the near half wall. Air's kind of gone out of the stadium here as Sylvania comes forward. Slapper comes in, kicked aside by Speaker. It's going to roll all the way up to the near half wall. Speaker able to stab that out of the air. Wrap around coming by Sylvania, and it's sticked wide. Looks like by Coronati. And so Sylvania tries the follow-up. Speaker able to just gobble that up in the pads with 1:59 left to go. Sylvania still pushing for more. Goal differential, one of the tiebreakers in this tournament. So you wouldn't expect them to back off as there's just under 2 minutes left to play here in Addison, Illinois. Now it'll be Nicolaitis at the dot to take this one. Stars a real valiant effort out there. One-timer comes in, kicked aside by Speaker. Puck comes up to the top of the circle, top of the slot, back to the top of the circle. And Bizarro able to chip that out of the zone and then give chase. It's the puck coming to Polisi, who tries a one-timer, unable to get all of it, though, and Sylvania works that puck out of the zone. A 2-on-2 developing there for Sylvania. 100 seconds left to go. Shots just goes wide as Sylvania will look to pick it up at the half wall. They fire it in on Speaker, and he leaves it there for his defender. Puck still loose and touched in. Speaker had covered up the puck. No whistle came, though, and so some miscommunication there. Speaker complaining to the officials that they didn't blow the whistle. And that's just insult to injury there for the Stars as they had covered the puck. No whistle coming. And so Sylvania gets themselves a cheap one and increases the lead here. It's now 8-4. Now it'll be Zimmich at the dot, winning that face-off forward and now firing in to the offensive zone, but without possession. Sylvania will come right back the other way. It's Fisher on the puck there. Sylvania breaks into the offensive zone once again. Puck to the top of the circle. Sylvania looking for more as that puck goes wide of the cage. Sylvania loading up again, and Schulman body not out. Sylvania loads up, deflected in to the end boards. Sylvania controls momentarily, sticked aside there by the Sylvania goaltender. And now the men in white will come the other way in a 3-on-2 in the neutral zone. It's Leshner back, pushes his man, holds him there. It's going to be a penalty call as that puck goes into the slot. Speaker able to make the save. This time a good whistle, and now there's a little bit of jousting here, periods here, before Sylvania was able to break it open. Now it'll be McCarthy going to the box for all the after action. So, Stars will come over the boards for this defensive zone draw with just a half minute left to play. It'll be Nicolaitis at the dot. He's got Russo and Bizarro out there with him. Looks like Coronati as well. Well, it looks like it might be a 5-on-3. No, a 5-on-4. We'll see. 3 skaters out there for the Stars right now. It is a 5-on-3 for the last half minute here. Russo at the dot. One there by Sylvania. They work it over to the near point. Again, looking for more is Sylvania. Trying to throw that puck on net. Speaker able to shut down the shot. Rebound covered up by him as Sylvania continues to joust in front of the net. Trying to climb on top of Speaker was Sylvania there and then get out of trouble in the blue paint. In any event, Speaker able to cover that one up. And so 20 seconds remain here, and Addison, Illinois will do it all over again from the near circle. Still a 5-on-3 here for Sylvania as Sylvania controls and works that puck in just a bit deeper. Schulman in the way as Sylvania works it to the end boards. Schulman held there against the end boards. He got his skate in the way. Sylvania throwing that out front. Speaker able to make the save on that one-timer. Puck comes to the circle. Speaker shuts that one down with the face mask and then covers it up with just 2.6 seconds remaining. And they do run the clock there. There goes the buzzer. We've gone final here in Addison, Illinois. It's the Sylvania North Stars 8, the New York Stars 4. Thanks so much for joining us here on Midnight Sports. We'll be back in action again this afternoon as the Stars have their opponent yet to be determined. Go ahead and hit that Instagram page or that YouTube page for more information. We'll let you know as soon as we know. Until then, stay safe.